Have you ever wondered how Trevor Belmont would play as themselves in the entity's realm? Well, look no further. I found out how. Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and welcome to the Survivor Strategies. A guide to how to play exactly like how the Survivor would. In today's episode, we're going to be playing as Trevor Belmont.
I'm Trevor fucking Belmont, and I've never lost a fight to man, no fucking beast.
Since there's not much of a difference playing as other survivors besides noise and appearance, we will analyze the survivor's bio and their perks to get a better understanding on the type of playstyle the survivor would inhabit. Alright, it's time to do some deeper digging. Now, I'll be going over a few things in the portrait as well as the bio. The portrait gives us a little bit of information as to how Trevor would play. But as for this one, like specifically him, it does not give us much. Just says that he's a vampire, he knows his destiny is to vanquish evil, and with his perks, yeah, we'll get to that later. The bio, not a whole lot. Just about a little bit of his past, how he confronted the Count himself, defeated him using the Mighty Whip, the vampire killer, and then how he ended up in the entity's realm. Not a whole lot. Wish they would have done a little bit more, but I did do my homework. Essentially, what we have here is Trevor Belmont is essentially one of the last of the Belmonts, dedicated to monster hunting, and then he wanted to protect the citizens of Wallachia, and then they fell in hard times. Church excommunicated with the family, banished them off the land. Then that had a profound effect on Trevor, and he became nothing like his heroic family or legend, but rather a flippant, unconcerned drunk, completely lacking in ambition. And it got so bad to the point where he became very cynical, blunt, and apathetic attitude towards the citizens. So far, I read one part that it said he's seen a demon carrying a baby's corpse in his mouth, and he was not even concerned. Like, that is just like a huge tell, but like it got that bad essentially. So we can see a little bit of his personality there, and then but like as we see in the animated series, like he is like, obviously he has a cynical nature, but he's battle hardened, he's snarky, he has heroic traits, and he's protective of others still, you know, regardless of, like, mainly he shows apathy with people like in the same boat as him, and two people in the same situation going through the rough, like he's gonna have more respect, I guess. So either way, with what we know with that little bit of like lore that kind of had me wrap my head around, it was a little bit difficult. Yeah, we're gonna be going forward to see if his perks or anything else in the game can give us a clue onto how he's gonna be, or what his playstyle is gonna be like. Alright, we're here in this spot. We're going to be going over Trevor's perks now. So first one we have is the Eyes of Belmont. A history of vampire hunting imbues the bloodline with certain abilities. When a generator is complete, the aura of the killer is revealed to you for 3 seconds. Whenever a killer's aura is revealed for a specific amount of time, that time is increased by 2 seconds. Ha! Your secret has been revealed, Trevor. Next one we have here is the Exaltation. Fortune favors the bold. Key term there. Even in the darkest corners of existence. Stunning the killer with a pallet upgrades your held item rarity to the next tier, and then recharges 75% of the item's maximum charges. The perk has a 20-second cooldown. You will not take me this day, Trevor. And then we have the last perk here, which is called Moment of Glory. A hero should always have the chance to make a comeback. Ain't that fitting for this character? This perk activates when you open or rummage it through 2 chests. When you become injured, you also become broken. Automatically heal 1 health state after 60 seconds. Then this perk deactivates. And then you obviously, like the stuff we already know. Never lose hope for a brighter tomorrow, Trevor. All right, and that is his perks. All right, after reading around, we can now establish the playstyle that Trevor Belmont would gravitate towards the most. I pulled up an image that references various other playstyles, and after what we know, I decided that Trevor fits into these categories the most. First, we're gonna say that he fits into the lone wolf category, and this is very evident because of the stuff that we see like, I guess it's in the show. There's not a whole lot that DBD kind of gives us, but in the Netflix Castlevania, we see that he is like a reluctant hero. He's like, he doubts humanity's worth, but he grows into like this selfless protector role, eventually upholding his family's legacy. But yeah, we kind of see that he's a wandering alcoholic, and there was forced isolation by the church at first. And he is a reluctant leader. Like, he eventually teams up with Sypha and Alucard in the Netflix series, but he prefers to work alone. So we're going to take that trait, and we're going to run with it. He does have the capacity for teamwork, for sure. You know, that is shown. But we're going to mainly run with the lone wolf category. More of like, I'd say he is a protector role. He does eventually live up to that, so he would be in there. So lone wolf and protector we're seeing in those roles there. Now that we know the type of playstyle the survivor favors, we can now establish what the survivor's priorities are. In Dead by Daylight, there are 4 categories. Within these categories, we can understand what the survivor deems as a priority based on what we know. Trevor Belmont's main priority would be the boldness / evader category, mainly boldness because of what we know. I mean, he is a monster hunter. He comes from that family lineage, and he has defeated the Count himself with the Vampire Killer Whip, so we already know that. This is what his purpose is. I mean, in the show, we see him lose that ambition, but if he were to be in the entity's realm, facing up against a bunch of different creatures, monsters, killers, this is exactly what he would excel in. He is going to face against the challenge. He's going to be noble, he's going to be brave, and he is battle hardened. So he is definitely willing to get the killer's attention and mainly focus or bring the battle to them. Alright, so before we play, there's a couple things we should know. First, we're going to play like the survivor would. Now this is very weird because he is a lone wolf. We're not going to be really working with too many survivors. If the chance really permits, maybe, but we're going to mainly try to be more focused on what we're doing and mainly focused on the killer. So that is the main focus of what we're trying to do with Trevor here. Obviously, we also have his base kit perks. We're going to want to get each one of these to activate Eyes of Belmont, Exaltation, and the Moment of Glory. So mainly the Eyes of Belmont to see where the killer is, and then hey, I mean, there we go. We're gonna go find him, and we're gonna go deal with him. So yeah, we're gonna be mainly killer focused this match, and we're gonna play exactly like how Trevor Belmont would. I'll see you in the match. All right, we are playing as Trevor Belmont at Batum Preschool 1. I am already seeing a bunch of survivors with me. I do not want to associate with them. We're gonna go ahead and leave them and do our own thing. We're going to probably preferably try to find a chest as well. Or the killer. Whichever comes first, we will go ahead and go for. Looks like we already found a chest. I like that. Let's go ahead and pluck that while we have the chance. Get a stack of Moment of Glory. Looks like the killer's already chasing Vittorio. He was also kind of running out in the open as well. Flashlight, we'll actually definitely take that. It can't be upgraded any further than that. So we're going to go ahead and just stick on this gen here. They have Mindbreaker. Vittorio does have Quick Gambit, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and just work on this gen while we have the chance. Yeah, they finished that up pretty quickly. I can't actually see. Yeah, it is Ghostface with blindness, so that Mindbreaker actually was able to cancel out my Eyes of Belmont, so... Vittorio's taking this chase very, very well. Quick Gambit is definitely putting in the work here. Yeah, that's going to run out. Wow. He runs the entire, I believe it's 60 seconds. Really good chase. Yeah, the teamwork perk is actually going on right now. Or no, We See You. They were able to activate We See You with 11's perk they were using, but we were not able to see them because of Mindbreaker. And I can't see them either because Eyes of Belmont would have been activated by now, but I can't really see them. So 2 gens pop while Vittorio's in chase. We could see if we can try to take a chase from him, but I'm honestly thinking about getting my next... Yeah, let's go in the basement. Or was there one up here? No. Let's just go back into the basement here and at least collect our stack for Moments of Glory, or Moment of Glory here. We'll find something lesser in here. Yeah, we'll just take this toolbox. We'll leave that flashlight foolishly in there. Actually, you know what? We might be able to take this for now. We'll think about that chest. We might try to run out our flashlight if we can. Okay, alright. We get the killer chasing after us now. Okay. Okay, we get Moment of Glory to activate, so we are injured. We're taking them on a chase. Okay, we don't get to actually hit our flashlight here. We don't get them with that. They know better. All they gotta do is look up. Okay, they'll chase us down. They actually give up on that. They're not gonna chase us through the house here. We still gotta wait like another 30 full seconds here in order to actually get healed from Moment of Glory. We see where he's at right now, though. He actually gets revealed again. So they actually have a pretty good thing going here. Okay, we actually were able to stun him. We would have had an upgrade here. Okay, we blind him there. And we get fully healed so that we had our Moment of Glory there. He had a Hex. Not sure what it was. I'm going to go ahead and save him from the hook. I'm surprised he hasn't been saved already. We can kind of play that little bit of protector role. He might want to go a little bit of ways. Sure. All right, we can take a heal there. Okay. See the killer right here, right now. He might prioritize going after the other one. Nope, he's still on me. At least he was. Not sure what happened there. Can help Vittorio out. Ah, okay. He definitely blows that one up, but we can heal him. We'll work together at least. Be a protector. I think he might be wary of Ghostface here. Okay, we were able to reveal him, but he's not after us. Let's just go ahead and go back on his gen here. We'll leave him be. We don't need to protect him. He can take a hook or two. We don't even see where he's down because we're working on this gen, but that's what we want. Okay, we can actually heal Steve here. He can take that flashlight if he wants. Looks like he does not want it. It's about half used. I'm going to grab that toolbox from the basement here. And then I'll work on it with Steve. Actually, they're both downed, so I'm going to go for it. Yeah, both of them getting downed is actually pretty bad. Might be able to. Okay, we actually were able to sabotage that hook. He throws him down. We might be able to actually save him here. Okay, body blocks. Pretty good body block, actually. Well, I kind of sandbagged him, but we upgraded our toolbox with that. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up Renato while we have the chance. Vittorio's definitely like taunting the killer for sure. All right, I'm gonna tell him to go over there. He actually cuts chase. Does he actually cut chase with Vittorio, even though he's very close here? All right. Yep, that was it. We see him with Eyes of Belmont. That we actually had that perk activate on us for sure. We can go for the gates now. We can try to play our little bit of a protector role here. Vittorio's on that other gate. We can go on this gate here. We could take a hit if needed to. Not bad, not bad. I don't hear him. Okay, I see him though. He does have the option of the basement here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and body block at least so that we can try to get some protection value off of this. So, yeah, we're all here. Okay, I do get exposed, though. So I can... Yeah, okay, we're able to all get out. Not bad. We were able to all get out with the killer still being there. Vittorio's, like, hanging back. Not a bad match, honestly. So we had one escape with Trevor as well, even though I felt like that was kind of like more of like a baby killer, to be honest. But that's essentially how you would play Trevor. I feel like you'd have some moments where you're being a protector, and then you'd have some moments where you're just going off and you're doing your own thing. And I feel like for the most part, that's going to be your match, is doing your own thing, and then getting involved with killer chases when they kind of arise. Like if Trevor learned the secrets of the entity's realm, and he knows that the only way to stop these monsters, or you know, in his case monsters, in our case killers, is to leave the trial and have everybody leave the trial. There's no way to definitively kill them, but we can banish them if we actually leave the trial. That's probably the route he would go, is to try to have a good mix of both, but being a lone wolf while he's at it. Anyway, that is how to play Trevor Belmont. Thanks for watching. Vigo, signing off.